All right, it didn't take much debate for my wife and I to decide what we wanted to do. Even though it is very beautiful here in Estes Park, and we drove 2,000 miles to be here, both of us have come to the conclusion that we don't really want to walk around in the cold. I guess for the people who live here, it's normal. I think the temperature is like probably in the low 40s or high 30s. I'll have to double check what it actually is, but for me and my wife, or my wife and I, it's too cold for us to be walking around out here and looking at things. And the other issue is knowing how we've had to kind of
US 36 East for 20 miles.
And knowing how we've had to kind of rush with our trip so far, our honeymoon, always in a rush to go somewhere. We've decided that, you know what? Maybe we'll just go ahead and head over to Grand Junction right now, where it's going to be warmer climates. It is still in Colorado, but the reason for going to Grand Junction is I wanted to stop by there, and then from there we were going to go to Arches the next morning. That seems like it would make a lot more sense, because then we can just spend our time chilling today. And then tomorrow we go straight to Arches, start fresh, hang out there for half a day, and then continue on to the next location, which is Flagstaff, because we'll set that up as a base, go to sleep, and the next morning head out to Grand Canyon. Then when we finish the Grand Canyon, we're going to head out to Las Vegas, where we actually have a whole week there to just relax and chill. That to me seems like a better plan than trying to rush to do everything here today and then rushing out of here. I mean, doesn't that seem to make more sense? So that's going to be our plan on how we're going to do what we're going to do for the rest of the honeymoon. Is basically to go to the hotel first, set up base, and then do the activity the next day, versus doing the activity then heading to the hotel. That was just kind of backwards. Now, the other thing that's kind of interesting is I did try to call Geico about the glass claim. I'm in the rental car. This is my first time having something like this happen. Basically, while driving through Kansas, I'm not even exactly sure when it happened, but I'm pretty sure it was somewhere along that route on 70. We had some kind of debris, I'm thinking a rock or something, fly up and hit the windshield. And it actually created a crack. Like, the crack's about 12 inches, 8 to 12 inches long. I'd say 10 inches maybe. So there's like a 10-inch crack along the glass. And this is a car rental. So
GPS signal lost.
I'm a little bit nervous about, how we're going to handle all this, and decided to call the insurance company this morning, and they gave me this really, basically it was a recording, and it said that if it was a glass claim, I needed to use their app or go online. And since I'm in the middle of my honeymoon and traveling right now, I'm not going to deal with this yet. I'll deal with it tonight when I get to the hotel and go look at it, but I suspect that it's going to happen at the rental agency. I'll give them the insurance information, and we'll call it and claim it against this policy, because it happened. Now, thankfully for me, right before getting the rental, I had upgraded my insurance coverage to comprehensive. And as far as I know, that covers damage like glass, like there's a rock flying up and hitting it. So with any luck, there should be, from me looking online, no deductible. Although I hope they don't penalize my my insurance and start charging me more, saying that I had a claim against it. But this glass issue really does have kind of threw a downer onto the honeymoon. But I don't feel too bad about it, because I did get the upgrade, and I suspect that they'll fix it without too much problems. And so I'm very glad to have had the coverage expanded. That was the ledge where we took pictures earlier. I was going to cut over and take another picture, but I think it's too dangerous with all these cars whizzing by. Everybody's like driving so fast here. And for me, I'm actually very much petrified of heights. So driving around on little mountain roads with a cliff nearby is nerve-wracking for me. And as you can see, this little vehicle is struggling. It's speed limit on here is 55. Can you believe that? 55. No wonder everybody was honking their horns at me. Well, coming down, I thought it said 45, and I was doing 40, 45. I could have sworn it said 45. We'll see what happens. Maybe it's just a stretch. It said 55 because it's kind of a flat area and somewhat safe. It says there's a curve ahead, and it's still expecting you to do it at 55 miles per hour. Wow. Kind of makes me feel like I wonder if I'm the worst driver in the world, you know. Everybody else is whizzing by on this mountain at 55 miles an hour with no problem. And Denoy is sitting there saying, holy schmoly, I'm gripping the steering column like a little old lady, and my hands are like, you know, my knuckles are like white as I drive on this little cliffy road. I am currently doing 50 because I'm having a hard time going faster than that. The vehicle does not want to go fast up the mountains. Anyhow, my ears are popping, and I am going to just let you guys enjoy the ride up the mountain with me. I don't know if it's so much up the mountain as back out of Estes Park. I've got my wife's phone running GPS so that, you know, I could use this dash cam and run the cam through the ride the ride that we're going on right now. One of the issues I was having was trying to record for you guys dash cam footage while I was using GPS from the phone. It was kind of making it very difficult and dangerous. So my wife's currently running her phone as GPS, and I'm basically using my phone as a dash cam so you guys can enjoy the ride with us. It did rain last night. They thought that it would snow, but it wasn't cold enough to snow. And it ended up just bringing rain down. And as a result, a lot of the mountaintops lost their snow because the rain would have hit the snow and melted it. So I woke up this morning and there was actually less snow coverage. There's still some snow coverage, especially I think in the mountain peaks at Rocky Mountain Park, National Park, which the initial plan had been to go there today. But after my wife stepping outside and we're like freezing, my wife's like, I don't think we will come back here again. Maybe in the summer, but never in the winter or even spring like we are doing right now. So, you know, we decided it's going to be better to head towards the desert where it's going to be a little bit warmer. I mean, it's still not hot because it is. I think today's what? This is Friday, April, is it 13th or 14th? You don't know, honey? So it's, I think it's like 13th, Friday, April 13th, maybe the 14th. I don't really know what day. But, hey, Jellystone Park. Anyhow, that's what the plan will be. So, I'm going to go ahead and be quiet now and start the video again to give you guys a nice clean drive through the mountains as we head towards Grand Junction. So sit back, enjoy the ride, and here we go.